हमारे बीच बहुत ही खास मेहमान पहुंच चुके हैं। इंडिपेंडेंट डायरेक्टर और एडवाइजर हैं कई कॉर्पोरेट कंपनियों में, साथ ही में फॉर्मर वीसी एंड सीईओ ऑफ एचडीएफसी लिमिटेड। लेडीज एंड जेंटलमैन, प्लीज वेलकम मिस्टर के मिस्त्री ऑन स्टेज। सर, a warm welcome to you on Money 9's third financial summit, and I would like to invite TV9 Network editor international R. Sridharan को, जो खास बातचीत लेकर आए हैं, navigating terrifying times. So, ladies and gentlemen, do join us for this interesting conversation.
Thank you, Mr. Mistry, for joining us this afternoon. Let me dive straight into what is the elephant in the room today. Early this morning, India time, President Trump announced that starting April 2nd, there'll be reciprocal tariffs put on India and other countries which he thinks are dealing with the US unfairly in terms of the trade. So, do you think this is just a tariff war, or are we looking at some sort of a global reset in terms of the world order?
Look, I think the way President Trump is going about, effectively what he's saying is we are trying to create parity. If somebody is charging us a tariff, we will charge them a tariff. If they are charging us 10%, we'll charge them 10%, and so on and so forth. Now, what impact it will have on the globe, time will show. I think there will be some amount of realignment of friendships between different countries. Maybe certain friendships may get temporarily impacted. Those things will happen. But that will be part of any growth prospect that any country would have. But I think as far as India is concerned, my personal view, this is very, very new, so I don't think anyone really is able to estimate or determine what is the level of impact it will have on India. I don't think the impact is going to be that substantial. And I'll tell you why. Again, I may be wrong in my statistics because I'm just speaking from memory. Exports are about 22-23% of our GDP, roughly. Exports to the US are about 17 to 18% of our GDP. So if you do 17, 18 multiplied by 23, it comes to about 3%. So it has roughly a 3% impact, 2 to 3% impact on our GDP, which I'm sure we can find some way. And it's not as if 2-3% is going to go away. There may be some impact. I'm sure there will be some impact, but this is part of the process which we'll have to go through.
Right. But I think the uncertainty around it is what will potentially paralyze businesses in terms of their own investment plans, their growth plans, their investment plans. Because if you look at ever since the formation of WTO, the world has actually become, globalized. Supply chains have become far more efficient, distributed. And now we're looking at a scenario where potentially the walls are going to go back up, and there is going to be emphasis on countries trying to move out of the global supply chain and start doing things themselves. But of course, there's a limit to that. How do you think India Inc. or businesses can deal with this level of uncertainty?
Look, my personal view is that India is significantly a domestic economy. So what may happen in the external world will, of course, have some impact on India. There is no way we can escape it completely. But the impact it will have on India will still be a lot lesser than the impact it will have on other countries which have huge amount of foreign trade. I think the most important thing from our perspective is to continue growing the domestic economy, continue improving consumption in the domestic economy. And for that, we need to make sure that we are creating enough jobs for the younger generation who are passing out of business schools and colleges and, things like that every year.
Right. So, obviously, India doesn't operate in isolation. If there's a global impact, there's a global slowdown. And I think there's enough academic research to show that tariff wars actually end up hurting the weaker countries in the ecosystem. In fact, some estimates go as much as 1.4 trillion of world trade can be impacted by tariff wars. In this situation, I think do you think India can insulate itself from global shocks that may come from this sort of a trade war?
Look, we are in a global economy. The economy is completely globalized today. There is no way anybody will not feel the impact of something that goes on in another part of the world if it is as major as this. All I'm saying is if you measure impact, the impact that something like this will have on India will be lesser than the impact something like this will have on, for example, China or whichever other country, which has a very large dependence on external factors.
Right. You mentioned that, investment in India, in our own economy and creation of jobs are important. But if you look at the last at least 6 years, I think corporate investment has been lagging. It's essentially the government capex which has kept the economy growing, and private consumption, of course. First of all, why has there been hesitation among private sector to invest even when the economy was on a roll? So do you expect that to get worse in the years ahead?
Look, I think this is a debate we've had for not just 3 months or 6 months or 1 year. It's a debate we've had for years and years. That private capex in India has not picked up to the way one would have liked it to pick up. Now, my personal view on this is that the GDP growth in recent years has largely been led by government investment. There is a certain amount of capacity utilization which needs to be achieved before you see a very large amount of corporate investments or corporate capex taking off. When I talk to people in the corporate circle, I get a sense that people are now coming to a stage where they are toying with the idea once again of looking at picking up the capex cycle. It doesn't mean it's going to happen this quarter or next quarter. But if you ask me in the next 4 quarters or 6 quarters, will you see a pickup in the capex cycle? My personal opinion is yes. I think we're also reaching a stage where we will probably see lower interest rates in the period ahead. So lower interest rates coupled with the fact that with the reduction in the, not reduction, but the increase in the tax exemption limit will result in more consumption taking place, more domestic consumption taking place. That would create the need for the corporate India to put in more capacity to meet that additional demand which comes in. Which is, so it will happen. It may take a little bit of time, whether it's 3 quarters, 2 quarters, 4 quarters, difficult to say, but I certainly expect it will pick up.
But one of the fallouts of this global tariff war is going to be inflation. Although Mr. Trump says that this is going to make America great again, I think prices are going to go up, especially all the items that are coming from China and Canada, where he has put in punitive tariffs. So if inflation is going to go up, the leeway for the Reserve Bank and central banks in general to cut rates to stimulate growth will be limited. So how does one sustain growth in such a situation?
See, again, as I told you earlier, it will certainly have an impact on inflation in the Western world where there is so much of dependence on trade with the US. Our trade with the US is relatively lesser. I repeat, if I recall right, the number is about 17 to 18% of our exports. And our exports, as I said, were about 23% of our GDP. So it's not that large an impact that you would see. Yes, of course, there will be some impact. But structurally, we are seeing that inflation has been coming down. We've kept a period, and I think we have to compliment RBI for the fact that they've handled the economy so very well, particularly during the COVID period, where they made sure that there was no collapse of any institution, but at the same time, they did not keep pumping tons and tons of liquidity into the system like the Western world did, and therefore we did not see the kind of tearaway inflation that the Western world saw. So now, and RBI has kept liquidity tight, all that has happened. Now we are at the stage where RBI, in my view, will start easing liquidity. You will see more liquidity coming into the system, and I think you will also start seeing more rate cuts happening in the period ahead compared to what we saw in the past.
One final question, Mr. Mistry, because we are running out of time here. What would since we are at a financial summit, what would your advice be to Indian investors? Should they stay with stocks, continue their SIPs, or should they actually be diversifying their, especially gold at this point? One quick word on that.
I think if you're an equity investor, I think Ashish can talk better on that. But if you're an equity investor, you have to be an investor with a very long-term view. You cannot put money into the stock market expecting that in 3 months, 6 months, I'll make money and get out. That is not the way it works. Stock markets is a committed long-term investment that you make. When you make investment with a 5-year, 10-year, 15-year view. For example, in my personal case, when I buy a stock, I buy it for life. I never sell anything I bought, unless there is some very particular reason why I would do it. So that's the way you should look at it. I think Indian equity markets are extremely underpenetrated, and therefore, in my view, the scope to grow is phenomenal. You will see bumps, you will see ups, you will see downs. You're probably seeing a down right now. Foreign investors have sold a lot of equity in India. But I think valuations have now become very attractive. If you look at large cap stocks, I think they've reached a level where valuations are
Right.
attractive. Small cap, mid cap may still see a little bit of fraud here and there, but I think by and large today valuations have corrected significantly.
Excellent. Thank you. Thank you so much, Mr. Mistry, for those valuable pieces of advice. Thank you once again for joining us at the Financial Summit, Money9. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir.
And so just a minute, just 1 minute, sir. We want to felicitate you and thank you for your presence today. Thank you so much. Please bring the memento. Sridharan sir would request you to felicitate KK sir.
और अब वो आ रहे हैं जिनके